Salve miei amici. I have a very precarious setup for my camera right now. I'm gonna make breakfast and I'm gonna show you what I usually do on my days off for breakfast. It's just scrambled eggs with jalapeno. That's all it is. Now, if you like scrambled eggs, you probably don't mix your spices in before you cook it. I do though. Not salt, just pepper and everything else. I should probably actually show what I'm putting in here, because otherwise you're just gonna have to guess. Last one was curry powder. Oh, that lighting is horrible. It looks like a fucking hospital. Cayenne pepper. Dill weed. I remember that used to be like a weird insult that we would call each other. We would call each other dillweed. Never understood what that meant because it's actually a nice herb. We don't have to do like too much to this. We can just leave it as is. This is sour cream. I like to add sour cream to my scrambled eggs. I actually whisk it right in. It makes a nice creamy egg mixture or whatever. Now this is completely unrelated, but I had to fix my vacuum cleaner this morning, and wait, why am I telling you this? Never mind. This is ready to go. Basically, after we've cooked the veggies, or well, I guess veggies singular because we're only doing one. After cooking that for a bit to soften up that jalapeno, we're gonna pour this over that and then kind of just stir it in until it's fully cooked. It's very easy. Now, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is not a jalapeno. Don't worry. It's also going to be part of this. Always wash your vegetables. You never know where they've been. I mean, other than like the plant they came from, I guess. Like you know that, or at least you should. I'm just going to show you how I normally cut them. I don't know how I'm going to show you the next part. Maybe I can, hold on, let me try. You are currently sitting on some old like protein shake mix that I have. So I cut into the center like this, and then I spin the knife. Sometimes it gets a little stuck, but you just spin it a little bit. You can do this with a paring knife, but nothing really bigger for a jalapeno. And you turn it out upside down. And there you go. The inside's basically perfect. was not proper knife cutting technique. I just don't really care. Now that we got our jalapeno all cut up though, we can go ahead and just cut this. I like to get my veggies and stuff prepped first before like actually putting things together, because they take the longest. Whoa, fucking careful when you're trying to cut yourself. Holy shit. Alright, if you don't know how to cut an avocado, it's super easy. This avocado is old, so I'm hoping it's not fucking expired. But, you know, we're about to find out. It feels extra soft, which makes me scared. I'm not going to show you that side. Cut that out. And literally cut that out, you know. Waste not, want not, you know. Get that fucking pit out of there. That looks absolutely mangled, you know, but, you know, it is what it is. like, what is that? I mean, it looks like the parts that I cut, it looks good, but it doesn't look good, you know, it's not like presentation good, but like the actual freshness of it looks pretty decent, so. Yeah, to be fair, I think I bought this like a week ago and forgot I had it, so I'm not surprised that it looks like the way it does, because I always buy them when they're ripe, but if I don't eat them right away, then there's no point, because like, yeah, whatever. So to get an avocado out of the peel, you cut it while it's in the peel, careful not to cut your fingers, and then you just scoop it out with a spoon. It's incredibly easy to get it out fully intact. Unfortunately, since I had to cut so many parts out, I'm gonna have to do a couple extra scoops. Fucking F for presentation, but you know, it's gonna taste great. Because it's just avocado though. You know what, in my defense, like I was told as a kid, don't play with your food. And presentation, you know, that's just playing with your food to make it look fancy. So that's why I don't do presentation. So anyways, if you're curious what was wrong with my vacuum cleaner, I was using it earlier and the roller for like the brush stopped spinning. It got stuck, and then I pulled it out and saw that there was like a lot of hair in it, which, you know, makes sense. You know, I shed a lot, and it's been a while since I vacuumed, so it kind of built up. But anyway, that's not important. So I start taking it apart, right, and it looks like it breaks, but it didn't. Trust. But yeah, no, I get all the hair off the brush because it was just putting too much work on the motor in there, so the brush wasn't spinning anymore. And then I put it back together, and the belt just refused to go around the motor and the actual gear that was spinning it. But in my defense, it's only on one side of it, so like I would close one side and then the belt would fall off. So it was this whole thing. I fixed it later, but you know, that was a pain in the ass. So now that we got our fucking pile of avocado mush, because I did not fan it out properly. Goodness, that looks horrible. And then you gotta put some of this shit on. Oh shit, that was too much. So I'm gonna set this aside and get the coffee started. Okay, let me show you the setup that I've been using real quick. It's just that. It's literally just that. It's a stick and a phone clamp, but used in a way it was not intended. Anyways, over here we have our coffee setup. So we're gonna turn that bitch on. Just like I turned your mom on last night. Got him. Yeah, I spilled a lot of coffee grounds on this mat, so it's probably gonna look a little messy, but that's okay. So this thing got a little nipple on it. Actually, I don't need to show you this process. I'm just gonna do it. You know, I don't need to explain myself. Okay, so we got our coffee leveled out. We used this to scoop it in and then level it out. And that's like 80% of the setup. That's for the espresso. Like it's ready to go. You just turn that shit for like 10 seconds, turn it off, 2 cup, bam, done. And then this is for the milk and shit. See, this is the part they don't show you on like cooking and shit. They don't show you the process of like wiping down the fucking oven because you forgot to clean it last night and you feel bad because it looks gross. You know, whatever, it's good enough. Funniest part about that is after I turned the camera off, I proceeded to wipe it down for another like half a minute. Anyways, medium-high heat. I'm gonna put some olive oil in that hoe. If I can figure out how to open this with one hand, and I just washed my hand so it's fucking wet, God bless. Man, y'all are lucky I put fucking pants on for this. I just realized I didn't heat up the pan before putting the oil in. Okay, well, I'm not gonna wipe it out and fucking do that again. Whatever, it'll heat up with the pan. So this is a funny little contraption. You put this in there, then you put the milk in, then you put the lid on, and then you put it on there and you press go. And that's all there is to it. I don't think it's an interesting enough process for me to show that, so I'm not gonna do that. I wonder what that sounds like on the camera. That looked like 10 seconds. I actually was using the timer on the thing. Oh, that looks gross. I should probably not show that. It's pissing. Yeah, so I just realized I meant to pour it on camera for like the shot, but I already poured it, so I'm gonna break the illusion and show you the process of me cheating the system and pouring it back in, and then pouring it back in. No, it's leaking on the side. Stop that. You can barely even see the evidence. Just don't look in the cup. So how I usually tell if like the pan is definitely hot enough is after putting the oil in and assuming it's hot, I kind of give it a shake. And if the oil moves around like very easily, that means it's starting to like break down or whatever, or heat up in the pan. Because oil is normally not this viscous when it's coming straight out of the bottle. So like, it kind of makes sense. But now we're gonna throw our peppers in. And we're just gonna kind of like let that cook for a bit. Now there's a seed in there. Get out of there. Is that another fucking seed? Get out. don't want you in there. There we go, got it. Oh yeah, as a disclaimer, don't put your hand in a hot pan, just like for safety reasons. It's not good to do. I just do it because I'm used to it. I like to add the salt directly after I put the peppers in. That way, you know, because salt, like, dries that bitch out or whatever. I don't know, something about food chemistry. I'm not an expert. I kind of just make shit up and say shit, you know? I should probably just look at the actual, I'm looking at the camera instead of just looking at what I'm doing in the pan. There we go, that's much easier. I see there's another seed in there. I should stick my hand back in there. I'm debating if I want toast, but if I do make toast, I'm not gonna show you that because, like, you press go and then you get toast. So showing you that process would be kind of not important. I'm showing you fucking my thought process, which is just as important as showing you the process of making toast. Never mind. Okay, so you see how there's like some like browning, that like they're starting to like cook and whatnot? This is about what you want to look for before you put the eggs in. You want them to be like 90% cooked because eggs take a very short amount of time to cook. Okay, now we're gonna add the eggs. I had to turn the light on just so, like, for visuals so you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna use this spoon to get the rest of the eggs out, but I'll just show the pour because I don't know, maybe it's visually satisfying to see that. All right, I'm gonna put the camera in timeout. Yep, you're right there. The perks of being your own cameraman. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna cook pretty quickly. You want to stir it so that you don't end up cooking any one part of the egg too much. Just kind of mix it into the center and then stir the center. So after like less than 2 minutes, it's basically already cooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and just turn the heat all the way down to low, stir it a little bit more, and I will see you for plating. Okay, if anyone's curious, yes, I forgot to show the part where I put salt in, so I figured before I actually did that, I would just like show. But why do I feel obligated to show you that? Like, it's so dumb, but whatever. So after stirring it, I remembered I'm gonna add one more thing to it. A little bit of this shit on there. I know, real fancy, but whatever, shut up. I was relying on the camera visuals and I almost just dumped half the cheese on the fucking oven. Like the stove, I mean. Brilliant. Oh yeah, and that's the noise from this is the reason why I wanted to wait to like show any of the cooking process because I don't know how it sounds on camera. It might sound annoying as shit. So there's that. But yeah, these are the different components, I guess, though, of the thing. I just finished cleaning it off. And now we're going to assemble the coffee. that's the best I can do in terms of like latte art. I mean, I don't like foam, so I can't really make art also. If even if I did, I always do this anyway. So any art that would have been there it would have been gone. So I don't see a point. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna briefly touch on plating. I don't care. Here, let's see if the hospital lighting makes it look better. Well, looks the same to me. You know, aside from like the massacred like avocado, like it looks fine. So I'm gonna eat that. I'm not gonna record myself eating it though, because I don't feel like doing that. Also, because that's weird. I mean, I don't need to like taste test it or anything because I've had it like a million times. So, anyways, that's all I got. Bye now. Yeah, I made the toast, by the way, because I had an odd number of bread slices. Ta-ta for now. Wale. Or Wale. Wale te mi amiki.
妈，这是你做凉菜吗？尝一个，刚好饿了。哎呦，好吃好吃！妈，你在里面加了什么配方？
阿妈。